guys, welcome to a new video. I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be a really hard video for me to film because I did have to put down my soul dog this morning, Penny, my little beanie. Yeah, so I know she would want me to still film because she was always my live audience when I was filming, kind of a director producer combo. She was always here. So I am going to show y'all the books that I plan to read in the month of February. It is February 2nd, the day that I'm filming this. We have snow on the ground, still winter here, and we are going to be focusing on reading the shortest romance books on my TBR according to Goodreads. I'm going to show y'all the book club pick for the month. Also, I add a nonfiction and graphic novel or children's book to my TBR every month. Those will be featured here as well. Let's get into it. The first book that I have to talk about, I don't have a physical copy of, so you're gonna have to use your imagination. I will have a picture on the screen, hopefully, fingers crossed. And that is Thrifted Hearts by T. Atkins, who I found out is a local author from Charlotte, so that's pretty awesome. This book is only available in the ebook format at the moment. I don't know if there's any plans to have a print copy. We are going to be doing this with the book club, which if you're watching this video, you can probably get an ebook because you're probably on a computer, tablet, phone. Do they do ebooks on smart TVs? I personally wouldn't do that, but is that a thing? But what is this book about? We have our main character who she's always done life how her family wants her to do things. She's always done what is best for her family rather than putting herself first. But now she wants to break free from that and live life for herself. She meets our male main character, and some things from their past may come bubbling up and have an impact on the romance that is blooming between the two. That is our book club pick. I do that over on the Fable app. If you would like to join the Fable book club, it's linked down below in the description of this video. Not sponsored or anything like that, but if they would like to sponsor me, I'd be happy to do so. Let's see what other books are on here. The book that is technically the shortest book on my TBR according to Goodreads is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Yes, I'm going to be reading a Christmas romance in February. I could do Christmas all year long, but we like to keep it special. But for this challenge that I'm doing, I'm sticking to it, and this is the shortest one. I don't think I've read Tessa Bailey either. I think a little nice short one like this is going to be the perfect way to do that because a lot of her books sound intriguing to me, but I just haven't bit the bullet yet. But we're going to be doing it next week. We're actually going to see what this book is about together, and that's what we kind of do in these TBR videos. Some books I do know, and some is just like, well, these have been in my TBR a really long time. 2 weeks before Christmas, all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red, green, and satin. Stella is standing alone outside a famous department store when a charming man asks her opinion on the decor. I love the rhymes. But as a down-on-her-luck girl with a difficult past, Stella knows how to make a good opportunity last, so she gives it her all, working without stopping, trying to resist temptation because she's just window shopping. She knows how to make this relationship last and is giving it her all, but trying to resist falling head over heels. That's my guess, just by the little twist. But yeah, they look so cute. And yeah, as I said, I love the little rhyme, how it sounds just like a little Christmas story. I love that. Next book is one that I actually inherited from my mom, so it's from like the 2000s or 90s. But something I had no idea until I was putting the poll up on my book club is that this author, Megan McCaffrey, is actually Rebecca Searle, who I have read from before and have enjoyed. I was stunned when I found that out. This book is called Sloppy First, and I think this is more of a YA. Okay, I was like, where's the description? But cool, when paperbacks have those things. And what are we finding out here? When her best friend, Hope Weaver, moves away from Pineville, New Jersey, hyper-observant 16-year-old Jessica Darling is devastated. A fish out of water at school and a stranger at home, Jessica feels more lost than ever now that the only person with whom she could really communicate has gone. How is she supposed to deal with the boy and shopping crazy girls at school, her dad's obsession with her track meets, and her mother salivating over Big Sister Bethany's lavish wedding and her non-existent love life? I think this is going to be a lot of fun, having nostalgia for this time period and getting to go back to, as I said, late 90s, early 2000s. Doesn't this cover scream that? Now we have a nonfiction book, which this was a gift from my grandmother. She had this that was an autographed copy. I think this is a local author. It's about a local, she had connections here. And this typically isn't something that I would gravitate towards, but as it was a gift, I am going to read it and see how I feel about it. And this is a woman that I have always heard about being from this area. So Theodosia Burr Alston's Portrait of a Prodigy by Richard N. Cote, who I have read from before. And I do think these are just good looking into that time and place to get an understanding of what life might have been like. From her birth into Aaron Burr's illustrious New York family and her childhood amidst the elite leaders, the rich and the famous of the new nation, to her marriage to Joseph Alston, a South Carolina slave-owning aristocrat, her voyage down the Ohio River to become the Empress of Mexico, and her tragic and mysterious disappearance at sea. This is the true story of Theodosia Burr Alston, which I've only heard about her disappearance, but the Empress of Mexico part, I am very intrigued on what that's about. Back to the romance, this one is another one that I inherited, and the dogs definitely chewed on, but this is iconic for the romance genre. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I have not read a Nicholas Sparks in probably like 15 years. A little less than that. It's been a while and I've never read The Notebook. I've seen bits and pieces of the movie, never seen the movie in whole. I'm sure that a lot of y'all know what this is about, but I'm going to read the blurb just in case you don't. At 31, Noah Calhoun, back in coastal North Carolina after World War II, is haunted by images of the girl he lost more than a decade earlier. At 29, socialite Ellie Nelson is about, is it Allie? I feel like it's Allie. Nelson is about to marry a wealthy lawyer, but she cannot stop thinking about the boy who long ago stole her heart. Thus begins the story of a love so endearing and deep, it can turn tragedy into triumph and may even have the power to create a miracle. The last book that I have to talk about is my children graphic novel pick of the month. This is one that I do vaguely remember from my childhood, and I saw it in the bookstore and I was like, yeah, that's perfect for the winter. Cozy by Jan Brett. His mother and father had named him Cozy because his silky coat was soft and thick. And these illustrations, I think is going to be so beautiful. Like this, I love, again, like those early, I'm going to say this is early 2000s, but the date I have on here is 2020. Watch this be from 2020 and I have false memories. Yeah, I am only saying 2020, but I swear that I remember this book from my childhood. And I am in my mid-20s. I was not a child in 2020. Those are all of the books that I plan to read in the month of February. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave a heart emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.